Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to some Arsenal. However, this was going to be just a video of me playing Arsenal and returning to Arsenal in 2023. However, I think I need to do a little bit more than that, and I have been having... I don't know, man. I'm a human, man. I have feelings, and I've been having feelings that I guess I almost just want to get out and, like... This is like a therapy session for me in a way. Not really, but, like, I guess just wanting to talk to my audience a bit more on a personal level and kind of tell you guys what I've been thinking and what I've been feeling about YouTube and stuff as a whole. So we're gonna do that, and hopefully I don't ramble on too long, because my first attempt at this was very long and I think it was just a little too much. So let's hope this one goes better. So yeah, I'm playing Arsenal, and I've been wanting to play Arsenal more because I've just had this really deep nostalgic feeling of Arsenal, I would say. And I really miss it. I really just miss the times during the pandemic where everyone was just kind of chilling playing Arsenal. We hosted some pretty awesome creator tournaments. I was having a blast daily uploading this game with Wake. And I can't believe so much can change in like 3 years, honestly. Like, I just feel like my entire life has pretty much changed in 3 years, which it has. Like, things change like crazy, and I feel like it's been so much longer than it really has been these last 3 years. But pretty much, yeah, I've been just really missing Arsenal content, and if you have just recently tuned into my channel for the first time in forever, you can see that things aren't looking so hot for me. I don't really care about views on YouTube. That's never been like a thing of mine. However, I care about having fun with YouTube and making content that I enjoy, and also getting an audience that enjoys that content as well, because I like to have a win-win. I like to entertain, and I also like to have fun with what I'm doing, and I feel like Arsenal really brought that out of me the best. I just really enjoy this game because it was an FPS game. I love FPS games. I always have. I believe my first video game was an FPS game, and I love FPS games, and this game just had so much content and just fun, goofy things to try and do for videos, and people liked it, and I liked it, and it was during the pandemic where everyone was kind of just bored, so it was a good time to do the things that we did, like the Arsenal tournament. I did the whole 0 to 100 series on this game, and this music is really loud, but yeah, it was just an overall great time, like for content and everything. And I also had Wake around all the time in videos, and we just had a lot of fun. And I mean, this game really changed my life. This is what pretty much got me into making like a living off of YouTube, I would say. And it also helped me support myself and to buy my first house. I guess just get to a point where I was financially stable and happy. So this game did a lot for me. Like, it's a Roblox game, but it really did change my life. And it's not only just the game, it's also you guys, the people that watched and supported, which, I mean, it was crazy how many people watched and supported throughout all the Arsenal times. And it was just an overall great experience. And that kind of carried on into when I started doing the Bed Wars content. But I would say Bed Wars, like, as much as it was fun, I just feel like the Bed Wars content kind of got overly saturated and overused quickly, like way faster than Arsenal did. Like, if there was any chance of going back to these games, it would be Arsenal and not Bed Wars, just because Arsenal never was pay to win. It was always fun. It was just skill-based. And it was fun. It was a good, fun, repetitive. But the only thing is, the only reason I drifted away from Arsenal is because the ideas did start getting used over and over. I wanted Arsenal Reloaded to come out. And after you play this game and make over 400 videos, it becomes hard to make content. But anyways, yeah, Bed Wars just became very difficult to keep up with because things were changing for that scene, and it was becoming a whole roleplay scene. And I'm just not one to make videos of my sister stepped on my toenail, so I punted her across the room. Like, that's just not my type of content. And if it is your type of content, well, that's great. And if, you know, there's content creators that enjoy making that stuff, that's great for them too. But I'm not one to really give up what I enjoy doing just to make money and to get views from it. So I just never really adapted to that because it wasn't something that would have made me happy. And that's what I followed through still. So I tried to do stuff that made me happy. So after Bed Wars kind of started drifting off the face of the planet, at least for me and my content, I decided to move on and to just, you know, keep continuing on with new stuff. That's kind of what you have to do with YouTube. You do have to kind of adapt over time. And in my case, I like to adapt to new games that actually make me happy and that what I enjoy. And so that's what Bed Wars was. And then once Bed Wars became not that anymore, I moved on to Roblox, the survival game, which was really fun. But at the time, I just felt like lonely in that world of content there. I just felt like there weren't really any YouTubers in that scene. It wasn't like a huge popular game. There was a decent amount of people making content on it, but I just wasn't very happy with it. I just felt like almost like alone. I felt like there was no friends to like ask for like advice for on that game. And I also just felt like the content scene for that was kind of dry. Like, you could do only so much on that game, and then that game became very repetitive. So then that brought me to Blox Fruits. Now, Blox Fruits is a fighting-styled game on Roblox, and I've never been into fighting-styled games, and I've never really was interested in trying Blox Fruits until my friend Rectway said, hey, man, I felt the same way as you, and I never wanted to play fighting-styled games, but I gave it a shot, and I really enjoy it. So I was like, okay, Rectway's a good friend of mine. You know, if he felt that way, and, you know, he was having a good time with it now, then, you know, I could probably do the same thing and start having a great time playing it as well. So that's what I did. I hopped onto Blox Fruits, and I really did start enjoying it. And at first, it seemed like people also started to enjoy watching it because I did have a pretty wide audience that actually was asking for Blox Fruits for the very longest time, even I think back into the Arsenal days, which is insane. However, I started doing Blox Fruits, and I still am doing Blox Fruits, but I can already say that, like, today, I just can't bring myself to make a video on it. Like, I was going to record another episode of my series I'm currently doing on that game, but I couldn't. I couldn't, man. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not feeling happy with it anymore. Like, I was, you know, somewhat enjoying it. People were starting to enjoy it, and then boom, it just kind of crashed for me. And I think that reflects kind of how my channel is performing on that game, because I think people can somewhat tell that I'm not fully enjoying it. That game style is not the same style of games that I've really been into or played. So it's hard for me to adapt into it, which I think people also can tell that I'm not adapting to it, and I'm not really, like, doing what's great for content on it or anything, because I'm just trying to do what makes me happy and, like, to have fun with it. But I'm starting to not have fun with it already. Like, I'm starting not to be that happy with it. People are not really enjoying it, I can tell, and that's what I like to strive for, is entertainment, but also enjoying what I'm doing. So if a game is doing good performance-wise, that's great, but I want to be happy with that performance as well. And that's, again, why even though Arsenal and Bed Wars were still doing pretty decent performance-wise, I still wanted to move on because I was becoming unhappy with these games because I just played them for so long. So I just kind of needed to change. I needed to change, and that's why I slowly moved on to new stuff. But now I'm already finding that with the new games I've moved to. Survival game lasted hardly a month. Blox Fruits has been 2 months-ish so far, and it's already drifting away from me, and I'm already starting to lose the enjoyment for it, and not really knowing where to go content-wise on that. I also have had some really great friends like Rectway and Number Skull and all of them really trying to help me with content, and I love them for that, and I thank them for that. But the content that they have been trying to get me to make, I guess, is just, or maybe not get me to make, but like have been suggesting for me to make. They're not like forcing me or anything, but it's just not content that interests me. It's not content that I'm going to be happy with. And I know if I do it, I'm just going to feel depressed. Like, I'm just not, because I know that I'm not going to enjoy it. So I'm just starting to feel lost with content, man. And it used to be so much fun making content with Wake. We are bringing Wake Guides back. I'll say that. There's going to be a video there Friday. And that was one of my favorite times of YouTube, is just making daily content with Wake. We did so much together. He's kind of moving on with life, doing new things, doing what he enjoys, and just, you know, doing what's best for him, which is great. But I just miss him. I just miss him, man. He's a good friend. We still hang out all the time, but or at least when we can. But I miss, you know, making content with him all the time, and, you know, just hanging out, talking about life every day and all that stuff. Well, I'm gonna lose here. Okay, yeah, whatever. So I guess what I'm saying is, one, yes, I miss Arsenal a lot, and I definitely will probably consider making content on it once Arsenal Reloaded comes out, because although I love Arsenal, I've done so much on it, and it's still the same game. And the only thing I could think of doing content-wise is like 0 to 500 or something like that, because like I pretty much did everything else. Although people enjoy that, and if I enjoyed it, I guess it could work, and there are still some Arsenal YouTubers out there. I don't know if I'll be happy doing the same content over and over again, so maybe once it actually updates, I'll be happy and fully come back to it. And two, at the moment, though, I'm just having a hard time finding a balance, like I did with Arsenal, of a game that I enjoy and that people enjoy watching and that I'm actually happy with. And I will say I did pick up a job recently, full-time job, and I'm still going to be balancing out my YouTube content. But obviously, as you could tell, my channel has started really underperforming, which is whatever. It happens, but it eventually can die, and it's not very consistent at times. So I had to kind of do what's best for me and make some extra moolah so I can actually, you know, pay bills and stuff and take care of my family. But I just miss the good old days, man. That's pretty much what I'm saying. I miss the good old days, and I miss having a game that I enjoy playing, that people enjoy me playing, and I guess having, you know, more interaction with my community. I feel like during the pandemic, it was really easy to have interaction with the community and to do more community events and have fun, and the community was way more active because there were people just home and everyone was just trying to have a good time and get through that. Which, although that was an awful time, I just feel like my community really brought things together for me and like made that time not so bad and helped me get through a very like dark spot mentally at that time. And I thank you guys who have been around for years since then. You guys are awesome. And I also welcome any newcomers, obviously. And I thank you guys for joining and supporting me. But yeah, a lot to talk about, lots to unravel there. But I just feel lost with where I want to go with YouTube at the moment. And it happens, but this is like the most I've felt lost with before. I've lost myself a few times, I'd say, in the past year, but not enough to where I'm like, I just need to get it out and just talk about it. This is one where I just like, I really just need to talk about it, because when you build something up so much and then it kind of just drops in front of you because, and you know you're partially the reason for it because you're not being consistent enough, you're not adapting enough and all that, but you just want to have fun and enjoy it. It's like, it's just like a whole bunch of mixed feelings, and not very great mixed feelings, and it really starts weighing on you mentally. And at the moment, I would say content, like, it's been getting mentally draining again. Like, when I'm starting to reach that point, which is, this is the first time in a while I've really reached this point of just making content that is mentally draining. It's not fun, man, and I just want to get it out. And I guess I just want to apologize for those that I may have let down with the content choices or the things that I've done on my content to I guess, quote unquote, adapt throughout the years. I'm still not fully adapting because it's not what makes me happy, but I guess I apologize if you guys didn't want me to quit Arsenal, if you guys didn't want me to quit Bed Wars. It's just, you do have to adapt in some ways, but I do miss these days. I don't know. I just wish things, I guess, were like they were a couple years ago. Not pandemic-wise. That was awful. But I just mean content-wise. I want to have fun. I want to be happy again with making content. And I want you guys to enjoy it. And I want it to make you guys happy. And if I can get that, then that'll make me very happy. I still think about all of you, especially the ones in the Arsenal days. You guys really did change my lives. And everyone else that has come since then, you guys have also changed my life. But life is still going on. Life is still changing. And I guess I'm just not used to change at the moment. And I'm not used to fully adapting. I'll get through it, man. We'll figure it out. I'll get somewhere again that I'm happy again. But anyways, hopefully you guys somewhat enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.